Hello and welcome. My name is Roger, and this is your daily tarot map for Sunday, April 26th, 2015, using tarot to create the life you want. Well, thank you to everybody for sharing these videos, for liking them, for subscribing to this channel. I really appreciate your support. So this week, we begin working with a new deck, as we do every Sunday. And this week's deck is going to be the Arcus Arcana, a deck first published in 1986 by a Swiss company, A.J. Mueller. It is designed by Gunter Hager with the illustrations by, and I wrote this down so to make sure I pronounced it correctly, Hans-Rudi Wascher. Who is supposedly a noted Swiss comic book illustrator, which isn't surprising because this deck has sort of a comic book type of feel to it. There's a significant Prince Valiant Nordic touch to it, which you'll see in the coming days. Now, I am working with the original German edition, which I purchased in the 1990s, but it has been translated into English as well. Unfortunately, the deck is now out of print, but you still can find it on eBay. I still see copies of it floating around, and it's usually going for about $50 or so. So, on to today's draw with the Arcus Arcana. The three cards drawn today were the Wheel, the Knight of Swords, and the Two of Cups. So the Wheel, or Wheel of Fortune card, typically displays symbols of the four elements or the four fixed signs of the zodiac. In this card, however, we see the three fates, which I feel illustrates nicely that idea of the inevitability of change. And that's what the Wheel card is all about. It has connotations of moving in new directions, reaching a turning point, and beginning a new cycle. Now, remember in yesterday's reading, I believe it was yesterday, when we mentioned the need to make an important decision? Well, we see that we see the unfolding of that decision in today's card as the emotion of change begins. But just as the fates in this image are turning the wheel, so too you may need to turn the wheel of your life to instigate that change yourself, so as to guide the change to be more in your favor. Now, once change begins, it happens quickly, as suggested by the Knight of Swords as our second card. You know, it seems that no matter which deck I use, this card keeps appearing in our daily draw. So I imagine this card is reinforcing the fact that once we make a decision and changes in the process, we need to move quickly, just as the Knight is doing, charging in, full speed ahead. This is not the time for hesitation, so you are asked to act in a decisive, confident manner. So the last card in our draw is the Two of Cups, suggesting that perhaps this change that we've been discussing is in regards to a new budding relationship, a partnership, or even a platonic friendship. Now, while the Knight of Swords does recommend action, I also see this card as cautioning us not to come across too pushy, forceful, or abrupt, as this card, acting in this way, could damage the new bonds of the relationship. Now, the Knight tends to enter every situation with such frenzy and excitement that some people find him a tad off-putting. So, while you are advised to take action, you should do so in a non-aggressive manner. In other words, use discrimination and discernment. A bit of subtlety goes a long way. Now, you know, glancing at the spread, I do see another possibility. The Knight of Swords could very easily represent an overly aggressive third party who may come charging in an attempt to disrupt your relationship or your calm environment in general. So it might be wise to keep your eyes open today. So the message for these three cards is: change may bring with it potential for a new partnership. Act quickly, but tactfully. So today's advice card comes from the Enchanted Map Oracle by Colette, Baron-Reid, and the card drawn randomly from the deck is number 26, Deep Freeze. So the Deep Freeze card represents a time where nothing is really happening, a time where your life is on hold or in deep freeze. Now, the events that we saw in today's reading have not yet happened, So perhaps you've been in a limbo for a while, trying to decide whether it's in your best interest to make a move. Now, whether you do so is up to you. But if today's cards are any indication, it may be in your best interest to do so. After all, you can't stay in that deep freeze forever, and the universe will force you out of it one way or another. And that is your daily tarot map for today. If you liked this video, I'd appreciate it if you'd click the like button below. And also feel free to visit my website at tarot-dude.com, where I offer readings, email readings, Skype or telephone readings. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Brightest blessings.